Welcome, 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 everyone. I love reading the chat. So Deborah's listening while making chocolate coconut sourdough bread. I'm coming to your house. Anyway, hello, everyone. I love you guys are putting where you're from. I love when you do that. Let me just look at this, watching from the beautiful Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York. I had someone earlier that said, hello from the Netherlands. Jabez, how you doing? Blessings from Kentucky. Let's see what else we got on YouTube. Northwest Montana, USA. Audrey from Indiana. What do we got over here? For Justice. I like that name. Good morning from New Mexico. Lacey from Baton Rouge. Synergy, Lakeland, Florida. One of my neighbors. And Miss Tina is good. Spokane, Washington. I love these names. A Fun Easy Recipe, upstate New York. Sammy Q, Illinois, as always. Peggy Cornish, California. Ron Dixon, hey, from Scotland. Hey, bro. So happy you could be with us. Gina, California. You guys are going fast on me. Colorado in the house, Melissa. Leslie, Oregon. Lauren, Pittsburgh. Norway, Inger Lisa Jensen from Norway. Teresa from Oregon. And LA Farmers Market, Island Girl, Rhonda Swaim, Iowa. Who else we got over here? Lee JV1, Connecticut, and Palm Beach Gardens, Deborah, Florida, Washington, Jan Van Loo. I know you guys. See, I know you guys now is because of what I'm doing. Cherry Treat, Pennsylvania, Deb. God, that's a new one. I don't think I remember that one. And Moscow, Idaho. Rachel Butler. How you doing, Rachel? Darger, M. Darger, Gresham, Oregon. A.M. Del Coco, Maryland. Rusty's Girl, New Jersey. Liberty Girl, Columbus, Ohio. Blessed PGM, Hop Hog. I used to call it Hodgepodge when I lived on Long Island. Blessings, Ron. How you doing, Ron? Ron and Ronette from New Hampshire. Kentucky, home of the Great Cane Ridge Revival. Amen. Christina, Nebraska. Garden Gal, Oregon. Tammy, Wisconsin. Stacy, St. Paul, Minnesota. Okay, I'm going to be here all day. Honey from Arkansas, Northeast Sheridan, Northeast Texas. Love, love, love. Donna Russell, old pal of mine, Port St. Lucie. Yeah, okay. New Jersey, Northwest Columbus. Well, welcome, 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 everyone. So happy to have you here. A little bit different today. We are, I am, kind of went down a road that I didn't expect to go down, but thanks, Sammy. Looking fabulous today, Delora. Thank you so much. I love to hear that. You always love compliments. I wish I could see all of you. I know when we have our that health thing and I have a Zoom, I see some of you and I love, 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 love it. But anyway, let me make a couple of announcements and then I will jump right in. We won't be doing any shows Friday or Sunday. I'll see you again next week. I'm sorry for this, but we've got so much happening in our lives and it's all good. You guys have prayed for things like this to happen and they are. So we have something we have to attend this weekend and then the early part of next week is very important. We got meetings. So just keep us in prayer. If things work out, it's going to be absolutely glorious. And another prophetic word from Kim Clement, Prophet Kim Clement, will have come to pass. And that's it. So anyway, look at this. This is awesome. This is Jenna brought it over. It's not really, it's a little bit creamier than you see, a little warmer. It's called Soft Touch Drop Shoulder Knit Top. I'm wearing the sand beige. Also comes in 3 other beautiful colors. Perfect as a fall transition piece. Absolutely. This is like flattering. I don't want to get up and start modeling, but it is flattering. And it's very, if you want it to fit you like this, just go true to size. If you want it to fit a little snugger, you can go a size down. Also the bracelet. This is one of our OG favorites. This is Blessed Beyond Measure. These are all natural stones. That says blessed. These are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. They look like beige and brown marble, just beautiful. And then, of course, one of our most popular necklaces, another OG. I'm wearing the gold version. It goes beautiful with this beige. That's why Jenna had me do it. It also comes in silver, but it's got the jewel. It says Psalm 91, and it's got a nice big old angel feather that's carved. Put it right over your head. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I wear it all the time. And I'm going to tell you a secret, and I hope she's not listening. I wear it so much that I can't find the silver. It's probably at the bottom of one of my pocketbooks is what happens to me. I'm sorry, but I do. Anyway, all of these items are linked below in the description, whether you're on here or on YouTube or on Rumble, wherever you're at. Just look at it's linked below the video, or you can go to joyandcountry.com. Look in Doloress Closet. Jenna said, I just added a lot of new items to the store. More America 250 merchandise. We add more every week. As always, free U.S. shipping, and first time orders is 10% off with code WELCOME10. And I said shipping and not Shipino. And you guys are going to start correcting me. No, Colojo. That's what Dennis's, my mother-in-law used to call my father, Colojo. His name was Joseph. Colojo said Shipino. Also, just so you know, trying something new. We're really loving with this whole, our Taking Back Our Health, that whole thing that we're doing. That's going toward the Impact Center. We are now, if you go to Taking Back Our Health, you fill out the form, because we're jumping on the phone with people and we're loving it. What we're going to do, because we're not going to be around the next week or so, if you fill out that form, we will send you our last Zoom meeting, which was this past Monday. We'll send you the recording, and you can watch it in your own time and see what it's all about. And it's got question answers on there and all kinds of follow-up and stuff. It's really good. And then what we'll do is, if you are interested, we're going to set a time. I'm going to jump on the phone, say hello, and answer more questions. Okay. Just trying it. Yesterday we were on the phone with like 5 different people, loved it so much that we're going to try something new just this week. I don't know if we're going to keep doing this, but just this week we're going to try that. So go fill it out. And if you're new, you don't know what it's about, I'll send you the video. Okay. That's that. All right. Now, so you guys know, again, why did I do this? Why Hillary? Why HRC? Why Hillary Unmasked? We all know what she is. We all know what we deal with her. You know, Obama, the kind of, but I have a little understanding that I think people need to know about her and where she came from, what brought it up to today, and what is really happening with that. I felt to move down this road. I'm an ambassador of hope, and there's a lot of things have happened with this woman, and I think God has had his way with her a bit. I really do. You're so, you're going to reap. And if you're sowing a corruption and you're sowing evil, you're going to reap. And there's no way of getting out of it. So I don't care if you're human or not human, there is a plan that God has. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, if that's okay. Many videos done about her and her husband, Bill Clinton, but not so many any longer. It seems like now, because of things are coming up with, the subpoenas and stuff, that she is talked about again, but not so much. People are kind of like, HRC. We know about her. But it's important to understand. Now, why is it so important to understand? Because I told you 2 years ago, year and a half, about Wes Moore. Most of you didn't even know who he was. I told you that, and I'm not into this like, oh, I told you, see, I was right. I don't mean that. I'm making a point. I told you about that. And I said, watch him, because they're going to groom him like they did Obama for the 2028 election. That's what I said. Everybody went and found out he's the governor of Maryland. And now something just came out, and CNN is covering it, and MSNBC are covering it. And they're saying that Democrats, high up Democrats, are begging him to run for president in 2028. So in that respect of all of that, when I feel to go down a road on something, I do it, because I feel it, I hear it, and I think it's important to understand where she came from and how what has happened to her and how grooming takes place. And what about the Clinton list? Is that real? So let me just go. I'm going to get through the beginning of this stuff really quick because it's boring, and I'm going to get to the good stuff, but I think it's important that you know this. Hillary, she graduated from Wellesley College in 1969 and from Yale Law School in 1973. Shocker. If you know anything about Yale, I could do a whole thing just on Yale. After serving as congressional legal counsel, she moved to Arkansas, and in 1975 married Bill Clinton. So this is how it goes. They either from birth, okay, or being identified as someone that will play the game, which he probably was in Wellesley. You end up in Yale. Yale is very big for grooming. A lot of colleges are actually. And she graduates in 1973. She didn't date Bill Clinton in 1973, but lo and behold, she marries Bill Clinton in Arkansas. She moved to Arkansas. Now, there's something someone says. You go to Wellesley College, you go to Yale, and you go, you know what? I think I'm going to move to Arkansas. Nothing against Arkansas. But it's not like, oh, I think I'm going to move to LA, or I'm going to climb the ladder there. I'm going to move to Chicago. As a Democrat. No, I'm going to move to Arkansas. So right there. So let's do this. This is actually very funny when you think about it. So in 1977, she co-founded, this is 2 years after she married Bill Clinton, in Arkansas, the Arkansas Advocates for Children and Families. 1979, she became the first woman partner in Little Rock's Rose Law Firm. Clinton became First Lady of Arkansas when he was governor from 1979 to 1981, and again from 1983 to 1992. Lot in there. 1997 and 1999, she promoted the creation of the Adoption and Safe Families Act and the Foster Care Independence Act. Loves her kids. In 1998, Clinton's marital relationship came under public scrutiny during the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal, which led her to publicly reaffirm her commitment to the marriage. Now, let me just take Monica Lewinsky for a second. This is alleged, but it's very alleged, if you know what I mean. I have no complete proof that this is true, but I have enough proof that I can say to you, I believe this is true. Monica Lewinsky did not meet Bill Clinton as an intern in the office when he was president. Pregnant. There's a Freudian slip. When he was president. She met him on Epstein Island, underage. He then invited her to be an intern in the White House. Now, why did this get revealed, though? Why did they cover up this whole Clinton Lewinsky scandal. I'll tell you why I think. I don't have a proof on this, but knowing how they work, I believe he was probably, he probably was going a different way than Hillary wanted. Hillary wore the pants. Okay. She wore the pants, and that's all she ever wore was pants. Bill was the sad sack that went along. Okay. I believe that was her way of giving her Bill a warning. That's what I believe. Clinton was first elected to U.S. Senate in 2000, becoming the first female senator in New York. And her opponent for that Senate seat, JFK Jr., happened to crash a plane right after announcing he was running for New York senator. Then she ran for president in 2008, but lost to the nomination to Barack Obama in the Democratic primaries. Now, you really think that's how it went? No. Let me tell you something. I have proof from an attorney that worked there that Gore and Bush with the hanging chads, they flipped a coin in the back. Two heads of the same snake. It didn't matter if it was a Democrat or Republican. It didn't matter. They were going to do the same thing. They had it planned. So this happens all the time. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but it gives you a little bit of foundation for where I'm going to go. So what happened there? They promised Hillary she would win 2016. So they said, look, Obama's going to go 2008, 2012. We've got Romney that's going to go along with this, because he doesn't want to be president anyway. So 2012 to 2016, and then we're going to get a pansy to stick in there that is going to never win. He's going to be like a joke, and we're going to do that. And then in 2016, you'll be president for 2 terms, so you'll be president to 2024, and then we have it set up. Pretty much after that, we got everything under control. So that's what happened. Okay, take it to the bank. But this is what occurred. Benghazi occurred. Benghazi was Hillary Clinton's Waterloo. More came out about that than was supposed to. People that were supposed to keep quiet about it did not. The people who were saved and didn't die in that attack in Libya, at Benghazi, Libya, opened their mouths. So her use of a private email server as Secretary of State was the subject of intense scrutiny. People to this day, you mentioned Hillary Clinton, they go, oh, yeah, Benghazi. It was her Waterloo. Okay. No charges were filed. Ambassadors were killed. She stopped the troops from going in and military from going in and saving them. Yeah, Cindy. And after being pressed in Congress, she said, it happened. What difference does it make? That it was her Waterloo. No, but the controversy single the most covered. It was covered even in her second presidential run in 2016. She won the Democratic nomination. It was in the bag. It was like, show up, breathe, and you're going to get the Democratic nomination. Even what's his name up there in Vermont? I can't even, I'm sorry, I can't even say his name. I think of his face and his hand, and I want to throw up. He would have done better. I'll say the name, Bernie Sanders. He would have done better and probably would have been the nominee, but that's not the way it was supposed to go down. And they bought him a house. So he was happy. So what happens from that time? What happened behind the scenes during all this time? Okay. In 1994, a group called Citizens for an Honest Government, it's a California-based conservative group, released the documentary, the Clinton Chronicles. If you've not seen it, I think it's probably still on YouTube, maybe Vimeo. It's called the Clinton Chronicles. It's fascinating. Larry Nichols, who was a former state employee in Arkansas when Bill was governor, was fired for making calls to the Contras from his office, and also to Reverend Jerry Falwell. The documentary promotes the claim that the Clintons were involved in a number of deaths. They make sure they have a way out of it. But a big one that really got the attention of these people was Vince Foster. Jerry Falwell heavily promoted this documentary and even paid for infomercials so people would watch it. In August 1994, then Congressman Andrew Jacobs Jr. condemned it as a conspiracy theory. And then he cites U.S. News and World Reports, and they already said, oh yeah, they use Bill and Hillary Clinton. It's all a bunch of baloney, until an article came out entitled "The Clinton Body Count: Coincidence or the Kiss of Death?" And that consisted of 24 people, compiled by lawyer and activist Linda Thompson, and submitted to former Congressman William Danmeyer, who sent the list to congressional leadership and urged hearings. Ferguson and Bowermaster concluded Thompson admits she has no direct evidence of Clinton killing anyone, but it's very circumstantial. And indeed, she says the deaths were probably caused by people trying to control the president. So she did a flip, and it never went to Congress. And I'm sure she was, she was trying to save her butt. And that's where this has stayed all these years. No proof. No one wants to come forward. No, because they don't want to be added to that list. Well, the Clinton body count name stuck with the Clintons, especially HRC. So we hear this all the time. But who exactly were her victims? Let me just give you a few. A lot more than 24. And you're going to put these, you'll see. It's very interesting, this stuff. Don Henry and Kevin Ives. They were two Arkansas teenagers. This goes back into the 80s and 90s. They were killed and their bodies placed on railroad tracks on August 23rd, 1987. The boys' deaths were controversially ruled accidental, but after Kevin Ives' body was exhumed and a second autopsy was done at the request of the parents, the original examiner's ruling was overruled, and the cause of death for Kevin Ives and Don Henry was changed from accidental to homicide. Now, many people in Arkansas, as well as Linda Ives, the mother of Kevin Ives, posted that the boys came upon, listen to this, a drug drop from an airplane near their home in a field. And trying to find out what it was, they were murdered. It was alleged that the Clinton Chronicles that during Bill Clinton's tenure as governor of Arkansas, he profited from drug smuggling at the small Mena airport. And that's where the boys found this drop, and the plane took off, and they went and investigated it, ended up in their deaths. C. Victor Razor, National Finance co-chairman for Bill Clinton. He died in a plane crash, along with his son and four others on July 30th, 1992, after as a private charter trip near Dillingham, Alaska. Objective bystanders said that the crash was absolutely deliberately caused. However, the National Transportation Safety Board ruled it was an accident, and nothing was ever found, and no further investigation was ever done. Ian Stewart Spiro, commodities broker, apparently shot his family dead and then committed suicide by cyanide poisoning. Now, there's something you don't hear every day, because when you want to commit suicide, you commit suicide with cyanide poisoning, because that's the most peaceful way to die. Could you imagine? That is one of the most excruciating ways to die, cyanide poisoning. So what really happened? Someone came in, killed his family, probably put something in his drink, killed him, then they killed his family. Who was he? He worked with the Clintons very closely. They believe struck again. Mary Mahoney, former White House intern, early summer of 1997, was gunned down during an attempted robbery inside the Starbucks in the Georgetown neighborhood of Washington, D.C., where Mahoney worked part-time behind the counter. The robber entered the store, shot Mahoney, and fled. Didn't take any money, didn't shoot anybody else. Isn't that interesting? One of the most famous, Vince Foster, Deputy White House counsel, found dead in Fort Marcy Park in Virginia on July 20th, 1993. Autopsy determined he was shot in the mouth and no other wounds were found on the body. So his death was ruled a suicide by 5 official investigations. But because of the angle of the gun and the prints, there were no prints. His prints weren't even on it. Although it was ruled a suicide, nobody believed that. They all knew what happened, and everybody stays zipped. Another very famous one, the unsolved 2016 murder of DNC committee staff member Seth Rich. Everybody believes Hillary Clinton arranged his death. It was even Fox News report, although later retracted, said that Seth Rich had been responsible for the WikiLeaks release of the DNC emails, which she says is the reason she didn't win. And this theory also promoted by Julian Assange, Newt Gingrich, and Sean Hannity. In that case, she looks like she had an HRC blow-up moment that she's known for. She blew up after this. When they were saying it in the WikiLeaks, and you got her on camera, and they're trying to wipe the web clean of that, the internet. But she called for his head on camera. Here's an unusual one, but one you'll remember. Kobe Bryant, 2020, Calabasas helicopter crash. So Los Angeles Laker basketballer Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter crash alongside 8 others on January 26, 2020. Many claim that the crash been engineered to kill Bryant in order to prevent him from exposing financial misconduct that he had uncovered by the Clintons. It's also said that he had proof that her foundation was trafficking, especially through Haiti. Had to get rid of him. He had connections in Haiti. They told him that. And so the claim was based on a Facebook post in which Bryant allegedly threatened the release of information that would lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. According, again, the NTSB, the crash that killed Bryant was caused when the helicopter's pilot flew into low clouds. Because there is a reason for planes to crash all over the world, that you fly into low clouds. And even when you're trying to land, you see, you got to avoid those low clouds on landing. Oh my God. It's not funny, but it is so absurd. Okay, Jean-Luc Brunel, suspected of being involved in a global underage, you guys should look him up. You want to talk about a sex trafficking ring organized by your friend and mine, Jeffrey Epstein, died by suicide in prison because of going on trial on February 19, 2022. Senator Ted Cruz attempted to link, and did a good job with it, Brunel's death to the Clintons by asking, anyone know where Hillary is this weekend? FYI, they all know. All of Congress knows. The whole cabinet knows. People that work in the White House know. They all know. They all know everything. I'm going to end with probably the most famous one, and then I'm going to go into something. Jeffrey Epstein, convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. Dirtbag, gross man. He was being held on federal charges of child sex trafficking. Closest this country has ever gotten to holding someone accountable. Was found dead in his cell at the high security Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan on August 10, 2019. I do not. My opinion, I can have it. Don't start sending me death threats because of this. I do not believe he's alive at all. Why? Because there's probably 500 people that would pay someone to kill him. That's why those 3 minutes are missing on the videotape. And even though Pam Bondi said, oh, I'm going to release those 3 minutes because it's nothing, and the prison kept those 3 minutes, I'm going to get it. It was never released. Actually, Epstein, they picked up a rug, it went whoop, slid it right under. People are not going to forget Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not going to forget Jeffrey Epstein. I still post about Jeffrey Epstein. You're right, Red Bronze. For sure, he did not hang himself. That man and his list, his flight logs, his everything needs to come out. Now it's being said that Maxwell is probably going to get a pardon, and she's going to give 100 names. You can be guaranteed that those 100 names no one cares about, or they're dead. Okay? I don't believe this is ever going to happen, and I don't know why, but I don't like any of it. An official autopsy later declared the cause of death as a suicide by hanging. His death led to a lot of conspiracies all over social media. Hours after Epstein's death, Trump retweeted claims that Epstein's death was related to Clinton, including the hashtag Clinton body count. Do I believe that? I do. Do I believe there's 50 people behind them that wanted him dead? Amen. 100%. That's why we don't know who it was. Do I believe Hillary went in there herself and did it? No. Do I believe anybody of name went in there and did it themselves? No. Do I believe a guard did it and got paid off and probably retired? That's what I would like to see. I'd like to see who was on that night. Look, if I was part of this investigation, who was on that night for guards? Where was the warden? What was happening at that time? Where I would get right to the bottom. It'd take me 24 hours. I don't understand. It's because they're covering a lot. They're covering up. Why do I think they're covering up? I do not think President Trump is on any list. I really don't. I think he's a womanizer in his past. I don't think he has an appetite. I really don't. My opinion, everything I see, everything I've seen him in the past, he's really into, gorgeous blondes. So I don't think that has anything to do with him. What I do think is happening is they kept it back for leverage. I don't like that at all. I understand it. I don't like it. It's being used for leverage. So Lynn Patton, a Trump appointee at HUD, said Epstein was Hillary, posted it, used the hashtag Vince Foster Part 2 and an Instagram post about Epstein's death. That's back in 2019. Dinesh D'Souza attempted to use the time he spent in a federal correctional center to lend authority to the theory that the Clintons also were responsible for Epstein's death. Now, as that's happening, and I'm seeing this more pointing to Hillary, I'm thinking it was not Hillary. But for argument's sake, I added it here because it's very important to the whole thing. Now, against popular opinion, I never believed he was still alive. No reason for him to still be alive. Most believable is that he was Hillaried. But as people started coming out that I don't trust, now I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to know. I don't think we will ever see or know anything about the list or what really happened. Just today, House Oversight Committee subpoenaed the Clintons and others for testimony into the Epstein list, Epstein flight logs, into his life, asking him questions. Just today. Does that lead to charges or indictments? Absolutely not. House Oversight Committee, do you know what this means? My father used to do this when playing a violin. Yeah, I'm going to stand here and play a violin. It means nothing's going to happen. There's been many more that Hillary Clinton has been had said she was accountable for. Fabricated screenshots of tweets stating I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. And I believe some of them, like they're saying, Anthony Bourdain, who has been accused of being with underage children. She was involved with that. Even some saying Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I have my hair hanging somewhere. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and even Queen Elizabeth II. Shocking? Not so much. So is HRC alive? That's my question. Well, if this Epstein situation keeps moving forward and she's asked to testify, we're not going to see that. That's a House oversight. Probably not going to televise it, even on C-SPAN. But what might we find out? I don't know. But I'll tell you something. Watch this. This, do I want to play that one? Let me play this. This is very interesting.
Oversight Chairman James Comer has just issued subpoenas in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Chairman Comer sent one subpoena to the Department of Justice for the complete Epstein files and more for depositions from former officials. Those officials include former attorneys general Bill Barr, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, and Merrick Garland. Also, former FBI directors Robert Mueller and James Comey, and both of these people now, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her husband, former President Bill Clinton. We'll keep you posted as those subpoenas are.
Okay, so here's the deal. My opinion, for what it's worth. If you remember first term, I don't want to show it. It's like it gets sickening seeing it over and over again. But if you remember first term, President Trump, toward the end of his first term, had posted that video of Hillary when she collapsed. It was September 11th. I think it was 2016. And I remembered it because it was September 11th. She had just gotten through making a speech and she literally collapsed, fell into the SUV. People were trying to block the cameras and everything. She even lost a shoe on the ground. She was alive then. I don't know if she's dead or alive right now. I kind of believe she has gone on from this life. Benghazi was her Waterloo. And if you watch this, this says even more. Watch this.
Contain emails allegedly from the senior vice president of the George Soros Open Society Foundation. He quotes a Clinton campaign advisor saying, quote, "It will be a long-term affair and to demonize Putin and Trump, and adds that, quote, later the FBI will put more oil into the fire, unquote. Other emails reveal Hillary Clinton approved the idea of tying Trump and Russia to election interference. And that was a scheme hoping the allegations would distract people from her own email scandal. These documents provide clear evidence that Hillary Clinton's campaign was behind the Russia hoax and that the FBI knew what the Clinton team was up to, acknowledging that the info they were receiving about the Trump campaign may have come from the Clinton camp. Despite this, the Obama intel community forged ahead with their 2017 assessment, concluding that Russia aspired to help Trump win the election.
Okay, so there you have it. Many subpoenas have gone out. Many subpoenas are set to go out even as we speak. Hillary is first. Now, so let me explain something to you. They are testifying before Congress. I have a lot to say about that, but let me just read you the list first. So subpoenas have been issued, and here are the dates. Okay. So Bill Barr is the first one on August 18th. Jeff Sessions is the second one on, Alberto Gonzalez is the second one, August 26th. Jeff Sessions is the third one on August 28th. Then we go into September. So Robert Mueller, September 2nd, Loretta Lynch, the 9th, and Eric Holder, September 30th. And then Merrick Garland, October 2nd, James Comey, the 7th, Hillary Clinton, October 9th, and Bill Clinton, October 14th. Now, isn't that great? You say, wow, look at this. They are going to testify in front of Congress. Nothing is going to happen, okay? They're going to testify in front of Congress, and people are going to go, wow, look, they were, they took the Fifth Amendment. I mean, it's all like, I hate to use theater, and we're watching the show, and you go back to all that stuff. I don't want to do that because I really am not into that right now, but it feels like, from a theatrical writer, producer, and director, it feels like theater to me. All of it. Now I'm going to tell you why. Why not a grand jury? Why not a grand jury? Let me tell you what a grand jury is. I'm going to read it right from this. I'm not going to put any of my own words in it. A grand jury is a group of 16 to 23 citizens who review evidence to determine if there is enough probable cause to believe a crime has been committed, and if a suspect should be formally charged and brought to trial. So what does a grand jury do? Citizens like me, you, they subpoena documents, witnesses, gather evidence, hear sworn testimony. Then, if they feel there's enough there, they issue an indictment, formally charging the suspect and moving the case to trial court. Why not grand jury? Why not grand jury? This is BS, okay? I'm sorry, it's BS. It's what it's like. It's like the CIA has been found guilty of corruption and illegalities. And the people that are trying the CIA are the people over the CIA. Do you get it? Do you get it? So the people, no, there isn't. There isn't. Elise, there isn't a grand jury. There's not. I checked up and down. They are trying. This is what they said. They are trying to get a grand jury. That's what they said. You can look it up. Look it up everywhere you want. I'm here. I'm not here to say pro this one, anti that one. I'm not. I'm here to bring you truth. Now, the reason I went through all of Hillary and unmasked her is because if you think Hillary Clinton did all these things alone, I got a bridge to sell you, bro. I don't know what to say. This is the FBI policing themselves. That's what it is. It never works. Congress does nothing. This is a show, in my humble opinion. They did put in for a grand jury, Bondi and everybody else, but it's for people like me who are saying, why not a grand jury? Everybody else is so excited. They're going to the select committee, they're in front of Congress, and I'm like, yawn, yawn, yawn. This does nothing for me. Hillary, if we're going to go back to Hillary, I don't believe she's around. I don't say that lightly. I truly believe she's gone. How it happened, illness, taken out like Poppy Bush. I don't know, but I believe she's gone, and everyone involved knows it, which is why I believe this is theatrics. Okay. Even ABC announced her death as well as Fox and then retracted. This is from late in the 2016 election after she stumbled into her vehicle. Watch this.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. We begin with the breaking news about Hillary Clinton's death.
This video shows Clinton leaving early, and as she tries stepping into her van, she wobbles and slumps. Secret Service agents and aides quickly grab her and hold her up. Two law enforcement sources telling CNN she appeared to faint. Then, Clinton taken to her daughter Chelsea's apartment, 3 miles away. More than an hour later, Clinton emerged smiling, even taking a picture with a young girl before climbing into her motorcade and heading home. Her campaign says she was even playing with her 2 grandkids inside. Yet hours later, her doctor revealed the 68-year-old was diagnosed with pneumonia 2 days earlier.
You got some water? Yep.
After an evaluation for her prolonged cough.
In preparation for this interview, I watched a lot of your interviews, and I noticed you never sweat, like physically.
You guys are the first to realize that I'm really not even a human being. I was constructed in a garage in Palo Alto a very long time ago. People think that, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, they created
They don't even know.
Oh, no. I mean, a man whose name shall remain nameless created me in his garage.
Bizarre. Okay, that's bizarre. You've got Pelosi saying, I'm a reptilian. Her, not me. She said, I'm a reptilian. And you've got these people, they have to, that's right, Deborah, they have to tell you their religion, Luciferian, is karmic retribution. They believe in karma, and they believe you can do nothing to anyone. It'll come back on you if you don't reveal it in some way. This stuff is real, unfortunately. But there, so you've got that video where Fox and ABC both said she was dead, then retracted it. It is crazy. Then, following the Hillary, since the JFK Jr. accident, she was always reported as 5'9". She's 5'9". I've been following Hillary when she was I've been awake for decades. I was following her when she was first lady in Arkansas. Now, if you Google her, some say 5'7". Most of them say 5'5". She was never 5'5". She was 5'9", and she put heels on. She was about this much shorter than Bill. You can't even find those old photos anymore. I've got to look, because Bill's 6'1", 6'1 1/2, 3/4. So here's a photo of Bill and Hillary Clinton Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton at Trump's 2025 presidential inauguration. Really? Really? Look, this, now, I'm going to end there because I'm going to get really aggravated with all this, because I'm going to tell you why I'm getting so aggravated. Somebody in Congress, in the cabinet, someone needs to blow the whistle on all these people. Ruth, I agree. He looks fake too. Yeah, Bill Clinton looks fake too. Someone, because you see, everybody is playing CYA. You understand? And at this point in this world we're living in, someone needs to come forward out of Congress, out of the cabinet, and they need to blow the whistle and put themselves on the line for the sake of the rest of the country. For me, Donna Thompson, I agree. God sees and knows everything. My only thing I resort to, and the reason I get up every day and love living life and I'm happy, is because of my faith in God. Because God is allowing things to happen for many reasons. Not all I understand, and I don't profess to understand. But God is on the throne, and he's not even sitting, he's standing up. And he's got, that's right, I was just going to say that Mom Taz got all this in his timing. And he's going to get the glory. I'm sorry, but no matter who you like, from President Trump all the way down, God is going to get the glory. No man. That's why it's got to be so obvious that it's God, that you can't. It's like the George Floyd. Do you remember George Floyd when they put on the side of the building, they painted George Floyd, and the minute it was done, lightning struck it and cracked the whole wall of the building? It's got to be of that magnitude, only greater. That's what it has to be. Because we're all pointing a finger at Hillary Clinton. We're all pointing a finger at Obama. Look, if you, let me just put it this way. If you saw a murder and you didn't report it, you're an accessory, and you can actually get as much time as the person who committed a murder as if you did it yourself. The people in Congress that know this stuff and are not saying it are going to be held accountable as if the ones that did it. My new prayer is not for things to come out. My new prayer is that several people come forward that are known and are can't live with themselves any longer. And they come forward and they blow the whistle on everyone. Clinton and Obama are pawns. It goes higher, and then it goes higher than that, and then it goes higher than that. They said yes. Are they possessed? Are they? I don't know. I believe they are. Are they taken over completely? I mean, I remember when Obama caught a fly in the air. Who does that? That's not normal, guys. That's not normal. So what are they? Who are they? People in Congress know. The cabinet knows. Probably many governors know. Join with me in prayer that those people will come forward and they will blow the whistle on the whole thing. You see, I don't care if it all crumbles. I don't care. Maybe it needs to. Maybe it needs to. I'm going to take a couple questions and then I'm going to go because it's getting late. But put 3 question marks. I'm sorry if I missed some. I can't go all the way back. But if there's no questions, then I'm just going to end it. XCYLA, why are they bringing up all this info on Epstein Russia hoax? Won't this just prove all these bad actors are innocent if we see no justice? This is my opinion, my friend. The Epstein situation goes to the heart of what is going on in this world. It goes to the base. It's always about the babies. It's been about the kids. Jesus, they killed the kids. Well, it's always about the babies. That goes to the heart. Trafficking, human trafficking, goes to the heart of what is happening in our world and has for the last 100 years or more. Epstein goes to the heart. Epstein those people will never be released. And what I find interesting is, why did this Russia stuff suddenly happen after the blow up with the Epstein stuff? Why? Do you guys ask why, or am I just the only one? Why? Why now? You won't listen. If I'm over here, you can't move me out of that. You're not moving me off this. Not moving me off it. I'm telling you right now, I'm on it. I got to get some answers. That's Epstein. You can do this. You can do this. You can distract. I'm never moving off there. I'm never moving off there, because that goes to the heart of what is actually happening in this country and around the world. All right. Any other questions? I get so angry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I just, 2 things. You know them. I can ask you. You can tell me. 2 things. The babies, the trafficking of the babies and women in war. 2 hot buttons. Both have been pushed. And I'm not getting off of either one. I need answers on both of those. I need answers. Yeah, red bronze, Antarctica, it could be hiding kids there. There's so many. There's so many things. Deborah 33, just wanted to say your hair looks great today. Thanks. Well, you put 3 question marks and I fell into that one, Deborah. Thanks. All right, let me go. I'm sorry. It's the babies, man. It's the babies. It's true. Shan 1455, the babies. Yeah, the babies. I don't know. My heart. My babe. It's the babies. The babies. In war. This was not 2 nuclear submarines outside of Russia. I don't know, guys. I still support him. I do. What choice do I have? I still do, but there's so many questions. There's so many questions. I have so many questions. I don't know. God and God alone. My God, what would we do if we didn't have God? I don't know what I would do. Beloved warrior, Enoch 1, y'all. Amen. 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 It's about the children. It is the precious little ones, Frenchie. Stacy Foreman, the truth must come out. Amen, Stacy. Amen, Stacy. Yeah, I know. We all agree. We all agree. You know, I'm not putting anybody down. I'm really not. I just want to know the truth. Don't you? Don't you want to know the truth about all of this? I just want to know the truth. That's all. Anyway, okay. You like this? It's cute, right? Look at it. It's got the open seams. It's just really beautiful. Very stretchy. It's called Touch Drop Shoulder Knit Top. I'm wearing sand beige. It comes in a few other colors. Also, we got the few more of these in. These are the Psalm 91 gold. I'm wearing gold. Goes gorgeous with this, by the way. That's why I picked the gold. And it's got the jewel, the big feather. It also comes in silver. And then this Blessed Beyond Measure. This goes gorgeous with this. It is just a beautiful little outfit. It says blessed on it, and it's all of these natural stones. These are real stones, guys. And all of these, this is what she says, all of these are linked in the description below. Easiest place to access them. So YouTube, you're on Rumble, wherever, in the description below. Or you can go to joyandcountry.com and look in Doloress Closet. You'll find all of this stuff. Jenna said she just added a lot of new items to the store this week and a lot of America 250th anniversary merchandise. As always, free U.S. shipping, and first-time orders get 10% off if you use code WELCOME10. So if you never bought anything before, use it if you like this stuff. Also, lastly, and I'm going to say it again right there, Taking Back Our Health. If you go to takingbackourhealth.com, okay, and you fill out that form, I will send you the Zoom from this past Monday's Zoom, because I know some of you don't like getting on Zoom, and I get it. So I'll send you that Zoom so that you can see what it's all about. And then if you're interested, you just email Dennis and I, and we're going to hop on the phone with you and talk to you about it. And so it'll be a good thing. Anyway, love you, love you, love you. I won't see you again until next Wednesday. I promise you I'll have something awesome for you. God's speaking to me in so many areas. So love you all, my friends. Take care of yourself. I'm going to miss you. I will still be posting on social media, so stop by there and say hi. And just remember always, wow, more than ever, go in the power of God. Ciao, everybody. Love you.